rock that beat.
So I never really mention it in a video or just whatever. I just genuinely or generally didn't really mention it at all. But for those of you who do know, I really like My Hero Academia. I think My Hero Academia is a really good show with a good world, good characters, good writing, great action. I think the show overall, just as itself, as its own singular thing, I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful, fantastic show, and I'm always really happy to see these characters that I've grown to love and enjoy. I'm always amazed whenever something new is introduced into the world and the lore with a certain character's, unique power that they have inherited on their own, and that's always really fun to see, and I always really enjoyed seeing that. And for what it's worth, you get to see more of that in this episode. Mainly one thing, but you still get to see more than you would normally. And before we actually continue as well, wow, are people fucking split about this episode for whatever reason? Not because of the context of the episode and what happens, but mainly of the opening. And I think the reason why people are so split on the opening for this first arc of season 4 is because it's because of the manga readers. That's all I'm gonna really say. It's because of the manga readers and the fact that obviously they already know what's going to happen. They already know what to expect. They already know, the big heavy points of the arc and what it's going to entail, and that it's going to be this deep and dark thing, and it's super important. And I'm not saying it's not important, because it definitely is, but I thought the opening was okay. That's really all it was. The opening was okay. I think the visuals that are there, instead of just, still images or just a character walking, they do look nice. They do look really nice. It's animated really well. I think the song is perfectly serviceable with the visuals that go along with it. I thought it was fine. And I kept seeing on Twitter all damn day of people just constantly complaining of people who don't read the manga like me. I haven't read the My Hero Academia manga yet, and people who haven't read the manga and have only seen who are only watching the anime. They saw the opening, they were like, oh, they really enjoyed it, and that's fine. And then people who read the manga, there are people who read the manga and they already know what's going to happen. They wanted more from the opening, and they're like, oh, it sucks. And I'm just like, who cares? Like, it does what it needs to do. It shows off, the main characters of the arc and and kind of like their main characteristics and what they're mainly going to be doing throughout the whole entirety of the arc itself. And we already know who's going to be involved mostly to begin with. So why does it matter? I don't know. I just think the whole argument about the opening was just really dumb. Yeah, I didn't really get it, and I think it's fine and it's serviceable, and we shouldn't complain about the opening. We should complain about, other shit. But there's not really anything to really complain about this episode other than it's sort of a recap, and it's not even sort of. The first half of the episode was basically just a recap of everything that's happened since season 1 to season 3. All Might is retired, and that he has looking for a successor. And there's this journalist guy, and I already forgot his name. Christ, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at my job. There was this reporter guy, and he brought up a theory that All Might was looking for a successor because of what he said after he finished fighting All For One, right? And he said, like, next it's your turn, or something along those lines. And people interpreted that as like, oh, he's speaking to the villains of the world and that they're gonna be next, and nah. And then this reporter guy was saying, like, well, why didn't he say it like this instead of the way that he said it? And his tone of when he said it, it sounded a lot more nicer than it could have been. And so he interpreted that as he was looking for a new successor, or that he then says that he already had found one. So the whole point of the show, or not the show, but the episode itself, is he's going to UA and he's trying to figure out who is the successor to All Might and who is going to be the next number one hero and the next symbol of peace. And of course, by the end of the episode, he actually ends up figuring out that, yeah, it's Deku, it's Midoriya, and he ends up figuring out that, yes, it's him, because he already ruled out Bakugo, because he fucking compliments him. This kind of pissed me off. He compliments him and says that he has the qualities of a pro, but in middle school he said he's gonna surpass All Might. And then he starts mentioning Todoroki, and he says, like, oh, Todoroki is really strong too, but his dad is Endeavor, and Endeavor is the number 2 hero, and his dad probably wouldn't want him to be the successor of All Might, and blah blah blah, and yeah. And so then he completely dismisses Tokuyami and Kirishima. I thought that was kind of hilarious, even though I didn't really laugh at it. I'm only finding that hilarious after the fact, because I've now realized that he just completely did that. And then he just immediately starts talking to Deku, and he's like, he starts talking to him about his past. The reporter guy starts talking about his past and All Might's impact on him as an individual, as, a citizen of society. And he says that, that clip of that incident that Midoriya likes to watch, like, again and again and again since, like, he was a little kid. Apparently his dad was in that incident. Not Midoriya's dad, but the reporter guy's dad. He was in that incident, and All Might had saved him, and he took a picture of when that happened and it ended up in the newspaper, and it pretty much led him into a life as a productive member of society. And he ended up taking that job as a freelance reporter, and he walked, the line of good, of light, and he ended up being a good person in the end. And so he's very indebted to All Might because of that, and he was devastated whenever it was said that he was going to retire. Granted, a lot of people were devastated when they heard that, but that's besides the point. But other than that, he kind of talks to Midoriya for a little bit. There's a couple of character quirks that happen within the episode. I thought it was really funny. And then, like I said already, the first half of the episode was kind of just a recap of events that happened from season 1 to season 3, and all the characters and their names and what their quirks are, and that was basically it. And then the episode just kind of ends, and it's pretty much it. We get little bits and pieces of information that are gonna lead on into the arc later. I'm not saying it doesn't do that, because it does, but that's pretty much what the episode does, and it doesn't do anything else other than that. And the only thing that it really does is that it makes me kind of antsy about the next episode already. I'm already wanting the next episode, but I'm going to have to wait some amount of time, and I don't know when we're going to get the next episode, because if you didn't already know, I would be surprised if you didn't already know, but Japan is currently being hit by a typhoon. To my knowledge, I think they're still getting hit by that typhoon, and a lot of accidents are happening. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on over in Japan. So of course, pray for Japan. If you are religious, pray for Japan and wish them the best of luck, because right now they are going through something very devastating, and we should wish them the best for their futures, of course, and we shouldn't wish for anything bad to happen to them. And yeah, that's basically it. So that was the episode. I just wanted to give off my little piece about, Japan being hit by that typhoon, and, wish them all the best of luck. I'm praying for Japan. I hope everything, turned out okay. I hope nothing too bad happens, but considering it's a typhoon and considering what I did see on Twitter earlier today, it was pretty bad from what it looked like. But I'm gonna wish for the best. I hope everything turns out okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here, because there's not really much to talk about other than let's just wait for whenever the next episode comes out. And I'm really excited, and I'm ready to get into the world, because that's what the episode was kind of really intending to begin with. This episode was for the anime only viewers of My Hero Academia to slowly get adjusted back into the world after not, potentially not seeing the show for a little while. Because for a lot of people, the last thing that they saw of My Hero Academia was probably the movie. You know, I didn't go back and rewatch My Hero Academia. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't do that, but whatever. So, anyways, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. And if you aren't new, subscribe for more videos just like this. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, pray for Japan. I hope for the best. I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I said that already. I'm out. Peace.